Look what just arrived. I mean, not just arrived, 2 days ago, but I just didn't have time to film with it. And I have a couple new things that I want to try. So we're going to play today with the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. I also have some brushes by Amora. They were kind enough to send me the Cherry Blossom collection. This is going to be available on Thursday, March 14. By the time you see this video, it's already been out. I also picked up another Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. They didn't have my shade 1 fair, so I picked up 2 fair, and let's see how that matches with my skin tone. And this was in stock. The Saie Beauty blush in the shade Baby. I can't wait. I know we do have a blush in here, but we're gonna use both. And I picked up this Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara and this NYX lip liner. I can't wait to show you. So let's get started. Oh, and I have some pretty cool blending brushes. These are from Ardene. So if you're in Canada, and when you water it, that's how big it gets and nice and squishy. Okay, let's get started. I am so excited. So we're gonna play with a couple things before we get to the palette. And for complexion, I'm thinking of using this Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. This is in the shade 2 Fair. I did try it in store, and it was very similar. Hold on, make sure you guys are not crooked here. It was very similar to my 1 Fair. 1 Fair was almost done, so whatever was left, I kind of gave it to my daughter. But yeah, here is the 2 Fair. And let's put this on the face. I have, you know what, let's add a little bit more sunscreen. I do have some from this morning, but right now is 11 o'clock and I just want to add a little bit more. It feels like I need it. So I'm using this Solara Sun Care Plump and Energize. This has like peptides and 6 superfruits. It's a really good one. It's just a little bit messy because of the pipette. But yeah, I want to make sure I have enough sunscreen. I still have some underneath, but I just want to add a little bit extra because it's still morning. Oh, I should have put my hair up. And I think today I'm just going to use the Charlotte Tilbury, and we'll see if I'm going to add like the Natasha Denona spot concealer kind of all over the face. But other than that, we're not going to use concealer under the eyes today. I don't have I do have one by Smashbox. No, yeah, by Smashbox, which I've used in a video. But we'll see if we're going to use any concealer today. So how is everyone doing? It feels like I haven't filmed in forever. I've been so busy with hockey. My son is in AA hockey. He just finished a season and we actually won the championship. So I am excited. But it's also going to be very busy because now they're going through provincials. And I'm very happy for them. The team played so amazing. They played like a team. They played very, very strong and hard. And they're there for each other. So very sweet to see. And also my daughter had her karate provincials. And she did amazing. I don't know if you guys know, but she's a black belt and she did amazing. She competed with other black belts in her group and she won silver in individual kata, which an individual kata is, if you don't know what martial arts like karate and what a kata is kind of an imaginary fight with multiple people. So it's like routine that you have to memorize all these moves and be very strong and fast, and just kind of it's an imaginary fight with multiple people. Anyways, she also did free sparring at black belt. You have to do free sparring, and she won silver there as well. So it was great. Very busy, so I didn't really have time. Whatever you guys seen, all my videos were pre-filmed. So I still have pre-filmed videos for cases like this when I don't have time to film right away. But yeah, I got this palette finally. I don't know if you guys know my issues. I think it was How much does Beautylish sell? Hold on. Okay, so you can buy this palette for $84.50 from Beautylish, but I've ordered mine from Natasha Denona website because if you are a member or if you are like subscribed to her website and her newsletter, you are getting faster access to whatever she comes out with before before the public can buy it. So I bought it right away because I wanted to review it for you guys. And it took almost 3 weeks to get it, which was ridiculous. I could not figure out why it was like stuck and not arriving. But yeah, I don't know. I'm happy I have it. It doesn't matter now. We're going to play with it. So yeah, this looks really good. Let me see. It is very similar to the fair one. It's, you know, it's just beautiful. So I think just gonna go a little bit with my Natasha Denona concealer. This is in the shade N3, and I'm just going to add just a little bit more coverage in the middle here. And by the way, this sponge is so affordable. You get 3 and buy 3 and get 3 50% off. So I think for one, this was $12.90 Canadian. So the second one I bought it for $6, and it is better than any other sponge I've tried. So if you're in Canada, go to Ardene and get the sponges. You won't be disappointed. They are so good. They are perfect amount of squishiness. They are soft but also hard enough not to soak up all the product in. And the designs that they have are beautiful. They didn't have the previous designs that I really liked, which were the colorful ones, but I really love these ones as well. Like, they're just so beautiful. Okay, so this is very nice and glowy. I love it. Now, if you have oily skin, I don't know if you can just go with just this all over the face. Throughout the day, you might want a powder or you might want to use it as a highlighter. You can also combine it with your favorite foundation and get that nice healthy glow. So you can use it in multiple ways. Definitely recommend this product. I love Charlotte Tilbury, and this is something I just repurchased. Okay, so let's move on to the palette, because the palette, this is the palette. I wanted this palette so bad. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's very pretty, but it's something that shocked me when I got this palette in the mail. I'm like, where is the rest of the palette? Okay, so this is what it looks like on the back. And when you open it up, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean, okay? Now this is what I mean. Look at her previous Glam Face palette. Now the Glam Face palette doesn't have a bronzer in here. However, you get 4 or 5 shades. Let me open it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 shades, a blush, and a highlighter. And then here you get 5 shades, a bronzer, and a blush. Now look at the sizing. So I'm going to keep them far away so you guys can see. But isn't this insane? Like, it's so small. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but I'm going to go like this. Okay, so it's quite tiny. I wasn't expecting a big palette, but I actually love this size because it's so much easier to travel with, but I was expecting it to be like this one. I'm not mad about the size at all, but when I opened it, I was shocked because I was expecting it to be like this one, this size. Anyways, I wanted to show you kind of the difference because that's something that I haven't seen anyone talk about, so I was expecting automatically to get that size. That's why I was a little bit shocked because I have not seen anyone mentioning it. And when you watch videos, they look like normal size. You don't see the difference unless someone mentions it. Okay, so I love that this one comes with 5 shades in here. Now all of the shades, they are all shimmery, as you can see. I'm going to bring it up close. and they are supposed to be wearable by anyone and any time of the day. You can build them up, you can just use them all over the eyelid. They are easy to apply with your finger, with a brush. I really love that there's a bronzer. I'm obsessed with bronzer. I rather have bronzer than highlighter, and this bronzer is also great because you can use these shades as all over the eyelid instead of using an eyeshadow, and that's how we're going to use it today. But let me swatch them quickly for you, and I'm going to swatch them live with you because I'm sure you've already seen videos on this. But let me take a picture, or let me see if I can bring this close up for you guys so you can see how beautiful this looks. Like, look at that everyday shade, the dreamy shade, statement, soft, casual, and then the beautiful blush. We have two shades there, and I know there's a bronze and contour being this shade right here with the bronzer shades. Just beautiful. I'm going to swatch the eyeshadow first. I'm going to start from left to right. So this is going to be the shade Everyday, beautiful. Then we have Dreamy. I love to swatch this live with you guys so you guys can see. Oh, this didn't swatch very good. Maybe I didn't put too much product in it, but it's very buttery and soft. So again, keep in mind, I spend my own money on this, so I really don't want to like dig in it and kind of like mess it up. You can see that I just dug into Dreamy, and it's kind of like made a dent in here. It's very nice and buttery and soft. I don't know what this will pick up. I like to take care of my palette. So the next one is Statement. So pretty. The next one is called Soft. Just this nice, very nice light wearable pink. Let me turn the lights off so you guys can see it more without the lighting. And then here we have Casual. Now I'm just going to do one eye look with this, but here is a close-up of what the shades look like. And I turned the lights off so that you guys can actually see it better. So you can see. So pretty. I love them. I'm trying to use as many shades as I can, create a nice eye look. I'm sure you've seen already enough eye looks with this palette since it already came out. Now let me do the bronzer. So what should we do? We're gonna try to do the bronzer here, okay? So I'm gonna do the contour side first. Here is the contour. They feel very, very silky. Now here is the middle part of that bronzer. So you guys can see the shades. And then here is the darker one of them all, which I think it's just perfection. I love all the shades. I love the undertone. They look very nice and wearable. I think they're perfect for my skin tone. I don't know how this will look on a deeper skin tone. Now let's move on to blush. And I'm gonna go into the light pink one. Oh, that is quite light. Okay, that's another great shade to wear all over the eyelid if you want to use it as a transition, and then use the pink shimmer. And then here is the darker one, the darker blush. Very beautiful, very pretty. And then here are the actual eyeshadows. So I'm going to leave this on my hand so that we can see what we're going to work with here. I'm not going to contour. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with a BK Beauty 107 into all three of them and just bronze up the face. I wonder if you can replace this. Oh, it looks like it has those holes on the back, so maybe you can just buy replacements. I wonder if it says on the package. Also, it says, warning, the bronze and the contour and blush must be used only on cheeks. I thought that you can also use the bronzer on your eyes. Anyways, they put a warning there, so I guess you can do it at your own risk. Wanted to mention that. But for some reason, I thought that I saw Natasha Denona use the bronzer as a transition shade, or maybe, I don't know, I think I did. Wow, I love this bronzer. Okay, so it bronzes up the skin very nicely. There's no patchiness at all, and very soft. Even when I've swatched them, I love Natasha Denona formula because the difference between Natasha Denona and other brands I've tried is that the formula it is a powder formula, but it's so soft and buttery and silky that you don't feel that you're putting a powder on your face. And not even a cream, it just blends even better than a cream. It's just beautiful. Oh, I guess I should have used my new brushes. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna use them for eyes. Now for blush, I really wanted to try this Saie Dewy Blush in the shade Baby. Maybe we'll try this in another video, but you know what? I'm gonna use this on the lips later on, so we're gonna put that on the lips. Let's go into this blush. So I'm gonna go into the actual both blushes, and this is a blush brush by Moda. Look at that cherry looking in there. It looks like there's a cherry in here. It's very nice and soft. So I'm just gonna dab. Just have to be careful not to go into the actual eyeshadows because the pan is quite small. I think I'm gonna go into a smaller brush only because this palette is quite small. So I'm using like a blinked brushes now. I just don't want to touch the eyeshadows because this brush is a little bit bigger. So I think it will work better with just a regular blush. But yeah, the pigment is there. Ooh, we're gonna go with this one. I kind of cleaned it and just make sure that it's all blended nicely. Now these Moda brushes, you can actually use them on wet and dry products. So this looks nice. Now I think that the palette, $80, it's quite expensive. However, you do get eyeshadow, blush, and bronzer, so you can look at it that way. But I love Natasha Denona and I love her Glam face palettes. I have both of those, so I had to pick this one up. Now, okay, so let's move on to the eyes. And I think for the eyes, let's set them with, I'm gonna use my MAC Paintpot, and I dropped my hand in it, my finger, and I'm just gonna add it to the eyelids just for a little bit of grippiness when we apply the eyeshadows. Now if you have drying eyelids and you feel like this MAC Paintpot dries your eyelids, maybe just go with your concealer if you want, and set your concealer with a very tiny amount of powder, because then it's not going to crease. I always like to do that. So sometimes my eyelids look dry, but sometimes they're oily, so it's kind of tricky with mine. Today they look okay. Okay, so for the crease, warning, it says don't use the bronzer or contour or blush on your eyes, but I will take a risk and I will, and I'm gonna use this Moda crease brush. It's so pretty. I love the handle. It has like a nice light pink going to this mustardy beige brown, and it says crease on it. So let's go into, let's start with this shade here and just add this in the crease and see how it transfers on the eyes as well. That's very nice. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit more, right? So did you guys pick up this palette? And if you did, what do you think about it? I knew I would love it even before having it, because it's everything I like. The nice eyeshadows by Natasha Denona, a bronzer, a blush. So I knew I would love it. And I was right. The formula, from what I see, is very beautiful. Okay, so this is kind of the transition all over the top lid here. And I'm gonna go now in the middle shade with the same brush. I love that we have a darker one too. And just put this in the crease. Just darken the crease a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with this everyday shade right here, which is this one. And use my finger for now and put it all over the eyelid. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful everyday color. There's no you know how some eyeshadows have the crumbs, like they become crumbly when you touch them and it picks up a lot of product? Not this one. Like, it's so creamy and silky and wet looking. So let's do the same thing on this eye. I love the feeling. It doesn't feel heavy or creasy. Okay, so for the darker shade, let's grab, I will try grab this. This is a Moda shader brush. Again, very pretty. And I'm gonna go into Statement right here. And I wanna try add this in the outer corner here. Oh yeah, see how beautiful it applies with a brush as well? So I'm just gonna intensify the outer corner, kind of smoke it up. And then I'm gonna flip it with the clean part towards my eyeball and the dirty one that we used upwards, so that I'm gonna bring it in the crease like this, a little bit more, and then I'm gonna flip it and then blend it because I just wanted a little bit of more color. But if you don't want to add higher than what I did, then you want to make sure that the dirty part, or the one that you just had eyeshadow on, faces your eyeball, because if you face it up, then you can bring it up higher. I just needed a little bit up higher more in my case. I have a lot of space there, and that's why I do that. Oh, very beautiful. It applied wonderfully with the brush. I'm happy. Now do the same thing on this eye. So just kind of paint it on your eye. And look how nice it just catches onto your eyelid without making your eyelid look wrinkly. It's beautiful. I find it a little bit more not as intense when you apply it with your finger for some reason. It seems like with a brush, it feels a little bit more intense. Now, I'm not done yet because I want to play with the shade Dreamy, which is this one. And I'm going to go into this Moda Dita brush and go into that shade. And I kind of want to add this in the inner corner here. I know this is more sparkly and it's not like a highlighter brush, so be careful. But I just want to add it in there just for extra highlight. Okay, so the difference is that this shade compared to the other, you can see the glitters. It's more crumbly, what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I wanted to have that little sparkle in there. And I think I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to go into the shade Casual right here and add this on the bottom. I hope there's not going to be fallout on this one. Oh, it picked up perfect amount, enough to just blend it. It's not a lot of product, but it adds a lot of color and smokiness and definition. So here it is with underneath, and then here is with nothing. So let's just add here as well. Now I'm gonna go use this angle liner brush by Moda, go into the same Casual shade. I picked up some on it, and then just intensify the lash line at the top here. Doesn't make, like, you can barely see it, but it just intensifies it a little bit more. It's probably, you see it better if you use lighter shades. Let's move on to mascara. Now, I picked this mascara up, the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension, 18-hour wear. Jessica Braun talked about this, and she said this is another one of her favorites by Essence. This is made in Luxembourg, and it has fibers for fuller and longer lashes. So this is the first time I'm trying this. The applicator here, it looks like it's a little bit more chubbier in the middle and skinnier on the bottom and the top. So let's try and see if I like it, because I know that I love my L'Oreal Panorama Mascara and my other Essence. So right away with this, what I'm noticing is that it's more of a drying formula. I like a little bit more wet. And let's see. And keep in mind, because I like to apply one coat, so I don't like to go with a second coat to accomplish long lashes and volume. It's okay. So let's do the bottom lashes. So I like it for the bottom lashes for sure, because it's more of a drying formula and then you don't get smudginess. I don't know about the top. It's okay, I guess. It's not bad. I guess it's just more of a drying formula and I'm not used to that. But that could also be good. We'll see if it flakes through the day, if I see any flakes on my cheek. But I'll stop moving. Here is the eye with no mascara. And then here is the eye with the mascara. Let me know down below if you guys are okay, because sometimes it's hard for me to tell. Sometimes I move too fast, it looks like, especially when I'm zoomed in. And then you guys cannot see clearly. I know someone mentioned that I need to stop moving too much when I show something, which I really appreciate it, because I agree, watching back, it's kind of hard when I move like this a lot, right? So I'm stopping so you guys can see the difference in this eye compared to this one. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Have you tried this mascara before? I think it looks really good. So let's do this eye and see how the final look turns out. Mascara wand feels very, it's not bendy, which is good. I love that it's more firm. It's just a little bit more work, feels like. It feels like I have to put in a little bit more work, that's all. I can see the lengthening. However, if you have lashes that are not as long as I have, I know that I have longer lashes even without mascara, but if you are the type of person that has shorter lashes and your lashes don't hold a curl, maybe use one of those lash curls. But I feel that this mascara brings the lashes a little bit more straight than keeping them curled. That's what I notice. So if you do have it and try it, it's not expensive. It's a great price. I don't know if it's $3 or $5 Canadian from the drugstore. Try it and let me know. However, what I'm noticing, I'm telling you right now, is that you don't get as much volume, which is not supposed to be. I mean, it is volume Stylist lash extension with lengthening fibers. I feel that the mascara puts a little bit of heaviness on the lashes, and they're more, instead of being more curled up, they're more straight than usual. I can notice that on my lashes. It's okay. It's first impression. So let me keep trying it and then I will give you my opinion. Don't go buy it yet unless you would like to, but just let me try it a couple more times in other videos and see. It's not a bad mascara. I can still see my lashes much better than before applying, but keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on to lips. For lips, oh yeah, lip liner. I have a new lip liner. I'm so excited to show you guys because this color is so pretty. Now this is the NYX Line Loud, is it called? Yeah, Line Loud Lip Pencil, and I got mine in the shade Fierce Flirt. It's so pretty. I will show you. It's one of these tops which I love. It's chubby and creamy, but also not too creamy. It's just perfect. And look, isn't that a pretty color? I've got a lot of compliments on this shade on my lips. Okay, so let me take my lip mask off. I had that Laneige lip mask in Berry, was this one right here, the whole time on my lips. Now let's apply this lip liner. Yeah, very similar to my lips, but with a hint of purple. This is such a beautiful lip liner. I love it. And now let's move on to that Saie blush. I wonder if it says on it, Liquid Cheek Blush, made in the USA. This is what it looks like. Should we apply it to the cheeks? Let's apply it to the cheeks too. That's what I'm gonna do. So I think I'm gonna go, hold on. Oh, this is so pretty. It's like bubble gum. So I'm just gonna put this here so you guys can see. Okay, so it's not too bad. So it's very nice and natural looking. It's more of a cool tone pink. So I'm just gonna dot. I know I'm putting it on top of powder, so hopefully we're not gonna destroy the look. It doesn't matter, we know everything else worked fine. So I'm gonna use a BK Beauty 109 and quickly massage this into the skin. Oh, this gives it like a nice highlight to the cheek. This looks pretty. Okay, so it works beautiful over powder. Okay, so this we have the Natasha Denona blush. And then here we have Natasha Denona with the Saie Beauty blush. Let's add some here quickly. I love that you can actually apply it over powder as well. So that's a good thing to know. And it's not lifting up the powder underneath it at all. And it gives it a nice sheen and glow. I know we have a lot of product, but you can always go in with your beauty sponge and just make sure that you eliminate some. It's really pretty, right? Now, I wonder if we should powder the face a bit. I have this Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is in the shade 3. And I think I'm just going to powder a little bit. I'm going to use a BK Beauty 108 brush and just eliminate this shine. Okay, so let's try apply this to the lips since we have our lips lined. Should we overline a little bit? Let's overline up here a bit. Okay, so let's go in with a liner. I'm going to use this Makeup by Mario, but the brush part. And whatever I have left from this blush on my hand, I'm just going to add it to the lips. I guess we need to put more. I'm just going to work off of the blush itself. Okay, I love this combo. This NYX pencil with this blush. I don't know if we're supposed to put it on the lips, but every time I get it feels very soft and non-drying at all. I actually love it. It's a nice pink. You know what? I don't mind. It looks very nice and spring-like and summery. I love it. It's just, I don't know. I think it looks good. Okay, let me give you final thoughts now. What did we try today? We tried so many things. My hair. Let me zoom you out a bit. Wow, that is in the monitor. It looks like a really nice, bright, purpley pink. But you know what? I love it. Okay, so the main product in today's video, the main review was for the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. So you can see even after using it, this is what the shades look like. Now keep in mind, I am the type of person that I don't like to dig in a lot and push my finger in and kind of destroy the shades just for the sake of swatching. But I love this palette. I love let's talk about the face products here. The bronzer, which is, I know a lot of people complain that this are too small. However, I don't think I use this to contour my face. I'll probably just use this with one brush and just swirl it in there and just apply the bronzer all over my face. That's not the purpose why I bought this, to contour. If you do want to contour, you can use a small eyeshadow brush in here and just kind of chisel your cheekbones. The blushes are beautiful. I love the shades. I love the formula, very satin and soft. Feels like cream. It doesn't feel like you apply powder. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels natural and light and doesn't sink into any of your fine lines. It doesn't dry up your face. I love that. For the eyeshadows, they all perform beautiful. Now this eyeshadow right here, which is called Dreamy, I would just use that maybe either to intensify the middle. This looks really nice in the inner corner, but it has more chunkier glitters than the rest. The rest feel more satin-like. This one feels a little bit more chunky. So I would probably use that all over the eyelid with a little bit of this crease and make your eye look nice and sparkly, kind of like that Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow. I love it. They're all beautiful. So I have nothing bad to say about this palette. Again, I was expecting this palette to be bigger, just like the Glam face palette. So if you do purchase this palette, keep in mind that the size is smaller. Does it have the size on the back? 0.45 ounces. Let's see the Glam face palette. What? 0.45 as well. Why? Oh, that's weird. Okay, it says 12.8 grams for this one. and this is 13 grams. So the difference is not huge, but when you first buy it, this is kind of like, you see, it does look smaller, but the amount is the same as in the Glam face palette. So that's good to know. Made in Italy. I love it. Okay, what else did we try today? Hold on, let me see here. Oh, obviously I love the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Shade 2 works as well. So if you're shade 1 fair and you can find it in store, shade 2 works beautiful as well. Oh, I love the Saie Beauty blush. You can use it on top of powder, which I didn't know. Usually cream blushes you have to use under powder unless you're using the Patrick Ta Duo brushes, but I love that this works so nice underneath. You know what this reminds me of? It's very similar to my Nude Sticks one. I love the small sizes because you rarely get through a product like this, but when it's so small, I love when I see that I'm getting through the product. Now, what else do we have here? Lip liner, the NYX lip liner. I love the shade, whether you pair it with this blush or any other lipstick like purple or pink or even a nude lipstick. I think that this lip liner feels very soft on the lips. It doesn't like budge, and it's not gonna last you all day long. It's not going to last you all day long, but because it's not waterproof. I don't think it says it's waterproof. Beautiful, and I love the shade. What else did we try today? Oh, this beautiful brushes by Moda. I am so excited. Now I have to try this with more of an individual blush because this blush in the Natasha Denona is too tiny to kind of get into the bristles nicely, but it blended afterwards very nicely. They're very soft, and the eye brushes, where's my other eye brush? Eye brushes are very soft and fun to use. They work with the Natasha Denona sparkly shades, which I'm happy. And the mascara. I'm still on the fence. The eyes still look good. It feels like I'm not wearing mascara. You know, when you touch it and sometimes mascara feels like your lashes are hard. Now, I don't know if that's you like that or not, but I like to feel that I'm wearing mascara. But you know what? It looks like I'm wearing mascara. So then that's a good sign, right? You don't want it to be too heavy. I'm okay with it. I'll keep trying and keep you posted. But again, the formula is drier than what I'm used to, but I like it. It's not bad. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoyed my review on this long-awaited Natasha Denona Hyper Glam Face Palette. I'm excited. I love it. And I'm happy I have it. Will I recommend it? I will. If it's in your budget, definitely recommend it 110%. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye. Morning has broken, my windows are open. Wanna feel the wind blow through my hair. Which way do